1 million subscribers. It was a milestone that Casoh had been dreaming of since he first started his channel. The journey had been long and filled with countless hours of content creation, editing and engaging with his audience. Each subscriber represented a person who believed in his vision, who found joy in his antics and who supported his creative endeavors. The feeling was surreal, almost like a dream, but the number on the screen was very real. 1 million strong. 1 million voices cheering him on. Casoh roared, his voice echoing across the internet. His excitement was palpable and it resonated with his audience. They had been with him through thick and thin, through the highs and lows, and now they were celebrating this monumental achievement together. The energy was electric and it felt like the entire world was joining in on the celebration. "You guys are the best!" Casoh exclaimed, his gratitude shining through. He knew that none of this would have been possible without the unwavering support of his fans. They were more than just subscribers, they were a community, a family. Each comment, like and share had contributed to this moment, and he wanted to make sure they knew just how much they meant to him. His face, usually beaming with a mischievous grin, was serious. This was a side of Casoh that his audience rarely saw. He was known for his playful nature, his pranks, and his infectious laughter, but today, there was a different kind of intensity in his eyes. He had something important to share, something that required their full attention. He wasn't about to start singing or dancing. This announcement was different. It was bigger, more significant. He took a deep breath, gathering his thoughts. The anticipation was building, and his audience was on the edge of their seats, waiting to hear what he had to say. This time Casoh had something else in mind. Something big. He had been planning this for months, meticulously working out every detail. It was a challenge unlike any other, one that would push him to his limits and test his endurance. But he was ready. He had the support of his fans, and he knew that together, they could achieve the impossible. To celebrate, he announced, his voice low and dramatic, "I'm taking on the biggest food challenge ever." The words hung in the air and for a moment there was silence. Then the crowd erupted in cheers. This was exactly the kind of crazy ambitious stunt that they had come to expect from Casoh. But this time, it felt even more special. It was a celebration of their journey together, a testament to their shared passion and determination. "I'm going to eat the world!" The chat exploded. Messages flooded in, emojis bounced across the screen, and the excitement was palpable. This was going to be epic. Casoh had always been known for his larger-than-life personality, and this challenge was the perfect way to celebrate his milestone. It was bold, it was daring, and it was exactly what his fans wanted to see. "I'm going to eat the world!" The chat exploded. Messages flooded in, emojis bounced across the screen, and the excitement was palpable. This was going to be epic. Casoh had always been known for his larger-than-life personality, and this challenge was the perfect way to celebrate his milestone. It was bold, it was daring, and it was exactly what his fans wanted to see. Emojis bounced across the screen like popcorn in a hot pan. Was he serious? Was this a joke? The questions flooded in, but Casoh's expression remained unwavering. He was dead serious. This was no prank, no elaborate joke. He was committed to this challenge, and he was going to see it through to the end. Nobody knew what to think. The idea was so outrageous, so out of the box, that it left everyone in a state of shock. But that was exactly what Casoh was aiming for. He wanted to push the boundaries, to do something that had never been done before. And he knew that his fans would be right there with him every step of the way. The timer on the screen behind him started. 3 days, 72 hours. The countdown had begun, and there was no turning back. Casoh was ready to take on the world, one bite at a time. The challenge was set, and the excitement was building. This was going to be a journey like no other, and he couldn't wait to share it with his fans. Was that really enough time to eat the world? The question lingered in the air, but Casoh was undeterred. He had faced challenges before, and he had always come out on top. This was just another adventure, another opportunity to prove himself. And with his fans by his side, he knew that anything was possible. The journey was just beginning, and the best was yet to come. Casoh's viewers were skeptical, to say the least. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The idea seemed preposterous, almost laughable. How could one man even attempt such a feat? The skepticism was palpable, and the comments started pouring in. "He's kidding, right?" one comment read. "This has to be a joke!" another user typed furiously. The disbelief was universal. People were glued to their screens, waiting for the punchline that never came. "There's no way he can eat the whole world!" another chimed in. Laughter erupted in living rooms and parks alike. It was a spectacle, a shared moment of incredulity that brought people together in their doubt. But Casoh was already proving them wrong. With a steely determination in his eyes, he set out to accomplish the impossible. This wasn't just a stunt. It was a mission, a challenge he was ready to meet head-on. He started small, with mountains of snacks. Chips vanished, cookies crumbled, and entire gallons of ice cream disappeared in seconds. It was as if he had a bottomless pit for a stomach. The sheer volume of food he consumed was staggering. He moved on to fast food, devouring burgers, pizzas and tacos at an alarming rate. The speed and efficiency with which he ate were almost mechanical. People watched in awe and horror as he continued his gastronomic rampage. Restaurants emptied faster than a cheetah chasing a gazelle. Drive-through lines stretched for miles. It was as if the entire city had come to a standstill, all eyes on Casoh and his insatiable appetite. Casoh wasn't just eating, he was inhaling food, a human vacuum cleaner on a mission to consume the impossible. His determination was unwavering, his focus laser-sharp. It was clear that this was more than just a challenge for him. It was a statement, a testament to human willpower and the lengths one can go to prove a point. Spectators gathered, their expressions a mix of amazement and disbelief. They couldn't tear their eyes away from the spectacle unfolding before them. Casoh had become a local legend, a symbol of defiance against the odds. With every bite, Casoh's resolve only grew stronger. Sweat dripped down his brow, but he never wavered. This was his moment, and he was going to see it through to the end, no matter what it took. Stores struggled to keep up with the demand. Shelves were emptied as quickly as they were stocked. It was a feeding frenzy, and Casoh was at the center of it all, a whirlwind of consumption that left everyone in awe. As Casoh finished yet another monumental meal, the crowd erupted in cheers. He had done it. He had proven the skeptics wrong, one bite at a time. It was a moment of triumph, a victory not just for Casoh, but for anyone who had ever dared to dream the impossible. News of Casoh's challenge spread like wildfire. Soon the entire world was watching, a mixture of amusement and terror in their eyes. Farms disappeared overnight, fields of corn vanishing in a single gulp. Barns were gobbled down like crackers, silos slurped up like milkshakes. Cars swerved out of the way as Casoh lumbered down the highway, his mouth agape, swallowing entire billboards in a single bite. He was a one-man demolition crew, fueled by an insatiable hunger. Mountains crumbled before him, reduced to mere pebbles between his teeth. Oceans were drained in colossal gulps, leaving behind vast, dry plains. The Grand Canyon was a mere crack in the earth. The Eiffel Tower a tasty pretzel stick. Casoh's appetite was a force of nature, reshaping the planet bite by bite. The world watched in awe and horror. This was no longer a challenge. It was a cosmic catastrophe. Section 5. A universe of flavor. The moon's next. With a final earth-shuddering burp, Casoh did the unthinkable. The ground trembled, the skies darkened, and the very air seemed to hold its breath. The world watched in stunned silence as Casoh, the insatiable cosmic gourmand, completed his unimaginable feast. He swallowed the last remaining crumb of Earth, leaving behind nothing but a silent void. The once vibrant planet, teeming with life and color, was now a desolate wasteland, a mere shadow of its former self. The silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that had preceded it. The viewers stared at their screens, speechless. He had done it. The impossible had become reality. Faces were frozen in expressions of disbelief and horror. The enormity of what had just transpired was too much to comprehend. The world as they knew it was gone. He had eaten the entire world. The blue and green marble that had floated in the vastness of space was no more. It was as if it had never existed. The enormity of Casoh's appetite was now evident to all. The earth was but a mere morsel to him. But Casoh's hunger wasn't satisfied. The void left by Earth only seemed to amplify his insatiable appetite. He craved more, his desire for cosmic delicacies growing stronger with each passing moment. The universe was his buffet, and he was far from done. He looked up, his eyes twinkling with mischief and hunger, at the moon shining brightly in the distance. The lunar surface, with its craters and valleys, seemed to beckon him, promising new flavors and textures. The moon, a silent sentinel in the night sky, was now his next target. "Onwards!" he declared, his voice echoing through the emptiness of space. "Dessert awaits!" The declaration was both a promise and a threat. The universe was vast, and Casoh's journey had only just begun. The stars themselves seemed to shiver in anticipation of what was to come. Section 6. Galactic Astronomer Casoh devours the cosmos. And so began Casoh's intergalactic eating tour. Planets were devoured like grapes, stars gobbled down like candy, black holes were nothing more than cosmic smoothies, galaxies consumed in a single glorious feast. The universe became Casoh's buffet, an endless smorgasbord of celestial delights. He was a force of nature, a cosmic gourmand on a quest to taste the universe. Section 7. The Legend of the Cosmic Craver. Across the galaxies, the legend of Casoh spread. He became a myth, a bedtime story whispered on distant planets. Some feared him, others revered him, but all agreed on one thing: Casoh's appetite was a force to be reckoned with. He was the cosmic craver, the devourer of worlds, a being of insatiable hunger forever roaming the universe, forever seeking his next meal. Section 8. A universe of leftovers. But in the wake of Casoh's cosmic feast, something strange began to happen. Tiny sprouts emerged from the crumbs he left behind. New planets formed, stars ignited, and galaxies swirled into existence. Casoh's insatiable appetite had, in a strange twist of fate, become the catalyst for a new universe. A universe filled with strange and wonderful edible wonders. Section 9. Moral of the story: don't eat the world. So, the next time you feel like eating everything in sight, remember the tale of Casoh. Remember that even the biggest appetites have their limits, and that sometimes, the best things come in smaller portions. Besides, who wants to eat the entire world when you can savor each delicious bite?